whole flock of Israel. You Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshua, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. To give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rikah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders over all of Israel, ready to accept it or not. And the sincere salutation to all the ark and pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world shedding light to the hope of the elect. Shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning. You few sisters who are listening and learning. Coming at you on the lesson of true facts, faith, and edification of daily edification, Lord willing, is be edifying. So I titled this lesson, in the land of our captivity, we remember, which is the will of Yahweh Shema Shah. Because the Lord called so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians the apple of his eye. So he said he was going to cast us off for a time, and then he was going to bring us back. He was going to put us back in our heritage, our customs, our lineage. Then we get to go back into our inheritance, which is the land of Israel. So, first I want to get this in Baruch. This is Baruch 3 and 8. It reads, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, but thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquity of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. So we are still this day in our captivity, waiting, Lord willing, to be redeemed, or the elect waiting to be redeemed. Now this is Job. This is Job 36 and 5. It reads, Behold, God is mighty and despises not any. He is mighty in strength and wisdom. He preserveth not the life of the wicked, but giveth right to the poor. And tell you in Jeremiah 24, the Lord asked Jeremiah, what do we see? So I see a basket of good figs and a basket of evil figs. Well, the Lord said the basket of good figs, he's going to send in captivity for their good, which is in our Ecclesiastes 17 and 18. The Lord said he nourished us with discipline. Well, 2/3, the whole elect is being nourished with discipline and righteousness. 2/3 are being nourished with folly and wickedness. So it's a Job 36 and 6. He preserveth not the life of the wicked, but giveth right to the poor. He withdraweth not his eye from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne. And that's why I tell you that in Revelations 20, right? He said he saw them that sat on the thrones that was beheaded. Well, Yahweh told Peter in the apostle in Matthew 19 that those that follow him in the regeneration shall sit upon 12 thrones. It say, he withdraweth not his eye from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne, yet he doth establish them forever, and they are exalted. This is talking about Israel. And if they be bound in fetters and be holding in cords of affliction, which is these bodies, right? In these bodies we have been bound in these bodies. These are cords and affliction. And if they be bound in fetters and be holding in cords of affliction, then he showeth them their work and their transgression that they have exceeded. So the Lord showed us these things right here in Babylon, captivity. He showed us going through those hardcore captivity, the wickedness that the so-called white man did to us, these are horrible conditions, which is man having his rod cut off, getting butt broken in front of his wife, getting hung up with his hands tied behind his back, getting burnt alive, getting castrated. Right? The Lord say, then he showeth them their work and their transgressions that they have exceeded. We saw it, man. And we still looking at it. You got these guys talking about they tired of seeing slave movies. But the Lord said He's gonna put us in remembrance. He's showing us our work through the so-called white man making these movies, man. That's a part of us seeing the work that we did, that we exceeded, man, in transgressions. These breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, man. So the Lord let us see all the things that happened that we did by sinning against the Lord. So it's again, then He showeth them their work and their transgressions that they have exceeded. He opened also that ear to discipline, right? Sirach 17 and 18, he nourished them with discipline. He opened also that ear to discipline and commanded that they return from iniquity. And this is talking about the whole elect. He opened the ears up of the whole elect right here, man. In the land of our captivity, it reads, if they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity, which is the kingdom of heaven, and their years in pleasure. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. And right here, 2/3 of our people are dying without knowledge, man. You had Michael Jackson, Cicely Tyson, what's this guy's name? The baseball player. He was pushing it. He was pushing the Yabawaki. Him and Bill Russell. Bill Russell died without knowledge, man. Walter Payton, the football player, died without knowledge, man. Our people died without knowledge, man. Why? Because they refuse to repent. Which they can't repent anyway. The Lord didn't give them that wasn't their lot, man. Their lot was to be the best court justice they can be for the so-called white man. Again, it reads, he opened also that ear to discipline and commanded that they return from iniquity. If they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasures. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. But the hypocrites in heart heap up wrath, they cry not when he bindeth them. See, that's why I say those that sigh and cry, man. 2/3 of our people ain't crying out for the conditions that we are living in, man. Bathing in contaminated waters that's coming through corroded pipes, eating GMO food, breathing in chemtrails. 2/3 of our people ain't complaining about this, man. They cool with these living conditions. Before you get your check, so-called white man already took money out of it. It wasn't like that in the ancient time, man. And you got paid daily. When you work, you got paid daily in the ancient time. Why you got people that work bi-weekly or every week, man? 2/3 of our people ain't complaining of the conditions, man. They happy with this. As the head brother Kemp always say, Jake just want to be in prison, in captivity, jailed up with just some better noodles, man. Okay? With better noodles and to get some better meat for their soups, man. They good with the perks that they get and they happy here, man. Where they say, after all that the Lord did, it say, but the hypocrite in heart heap up wrath, they cry not when he bindeth them. The Lord binded us, man. And 2/3 ain't crying about being binded up, man. We boxed in here in Babylon the Great, man. You can't roam free. You can't leave the country without a passport. Okay? We boxed in, man. It says, they die in you, and their life is among unclean. Is among the unclean. And that's why I tell you in the scriptures, in what is that? Isaiah 35, the unclean, it said it's going to be a highway here in Babylon the Great for the hopeful elect. The unclean shall not pass over, man. 2/3 of our people are unclean. They don't want to repent, man. They don't want to turn back. They just want to get a little, some better perks, right? A better job in captivity, man. Well, the money inflating. And the more money you make, the less you got, because the money is inflation, man. They inflating the money. It reads, this is verse 15. He delivered the poor in his affliction. The poor is those that's going to repent. That's those that's crying, man. He delivered the poor in his affliction and opened up their ears in oppression. Like you said, back up in the top, man. Verse 9. Then he showed them their work and their transgression that they have exceeded. He opened them also their ear to discipline and commanded that they return from iniquity. So in verse 15 again, Job 36 and 15, he delivereth the poor in his affliction and openeth their ears in oppression, man. So the Lord say, he said, bring forth, let's get that. In Isaiah, this is Isaiah 43 and 8. It reads, bring forth the blind people that have eyes and the deaf that have ears. So the Lord say, he openeth our ears in oppression, man. Because you could still be bugged out, man. Trying to live your best life, trying to chase that bag and do what you got to do to make it to the top. Or at least, what 50 Cent say, get rich or die trying to get rich, man. And that's 2/3 of Jake. Trying to get rich, man. And when you get the bag, you got to sell out for the bag, man. These athletes, these movie actors, let me cross the street. Bear with me. It'll start raining. These movie actors, they gotta maintain that money, man. Once you get that bag, you gotta maintain that bag, man. And you gotta go, like this guy Samuel Jackson. He went to the director's couch, man. That movie, now that like he want to start raining. You stay here for a little bit. In this movie, what's this movie called? Star Wars with Samuel Jackson, right? He they say everybody, because this guy George Lucas owned that movie set. He owned the whole, that's his personal set. And they were saying how everybody that was in that movie had to go to the director's couch, man. You know what that means to go to the director's couch? You got to give up. You got to give up that box, man. Men and women, okay? You got to give it up, man. When you make it to Hollywood, whether you sports, rapping, a movie actor, however you make it, you have to bend over, man. So, and they got to maintain that. And if you ain't following their ways, they show you what they do. Look what they did to Kanye West, man. They'll show you what they do. What happened? What Kendrick Lamar at? You don't hear much of him, huh? Nope. What happened? I ain't black no more. I'm an Israelite. They sat his ass down, man. They sat him down, teach him a lesson. Just like they do all the other athletes, man. I remember when this whole thing first happened in 2020. LeBron said he wasn't playing basketball with no fans. Well, what happened? The very next day, he recanted his statement, man. Why? Because the elites, man. You either gonna play ball with them or you ain't gonna play ball, man. Talking about he ain't gonna play basketball without no fans in the stadium, in the audience. Well, guess what? They asked us playing basketball with no fans, man. Okay? Once you get there, you gotta sell out, man. Let me go ahead and talk to you. So the Lord said that He opened our mind to discipline, man, in the land of captivity. It ain't right now, hold on, I'm gonna stay here for a minute. Let me see what it do. The Lord might be playing with me. Let me stay here for a minute. So let me go back to this. So back in Job 36. In verse 16 it reads, verse 15, he delivered the poor in his affliction and opened up their ear in oppression. Even so would he have removed thee out of the strait into the broad place. And to tell you that in 2nd Ezra 7, man, it said, even so would he have removed thee out of the strait into a broad place where there is no straightness. And that which should be set on thy table should be full of fatness. How you doing, mama? Hold on, select it. Salakia. Let me put my phone up before I forget. But yeah, man, the Lord open us up in the land of captivity. That was a old girl that drive the what's called free ride limo bus downtown last week because she said she had some questions about she wants to learn, but she just told me she lost. I figured she did because she never hit me up. She said she lost her. I gave her my page and all that. Anyway, the Lord opened us up, man. But only the hopeful elect. And as a lesson I did about a week or two ago, I said I titled it the Lord. We have seen the Lord's face and we heard His voice, man. But that's only to the hopeful elect. Isaiah even said Isaiah 6. Like he was like, Lord, how long? The Lord was like, until North America, Babylon the Great be destroyed, man. They ain't gonna get it. So as the apostle I always say, listen, as the apostles always say, all the apostles, listen. Listen, all we doing is just relaying the message, and then you move on, man. Because in Job 33, let me read that real quick. In Job 33, the Lord do the sealing, man. It ain't us. In Job 33 and 14, you just relay the message, like you know while you got them, while you dealing with them at that moment. Hey, whether it be somebody come across the camp, family member, associate, whatever, you drop the word on them, like it said in Ezekiel. The Lord say, drop the word on them and keep it moving, man. This is Job 33 and 14. For God speak once, yet twice, yet man perceive it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he opened up the ears of men and sealed up their instructions. So the day before you found this truth, whether you saw a camp or you walked past a camp, that night when you were asleep, the day before you came into this truth, hey, the Lord sealed that for you, man. 2/3 wake up every day with the same attitude, the same roll up a blunt, whatever. They wake up, eat, they go to work, whatever they do, they don't say, Tawali Yahweh Shema Shah for blessing me to see another day in your son Yahweh Shah name. Or how I say, Tawali Yahweh for blessing me to see another day in your son Yahweh Shah name. When I eat, Tawali Yahweh for blessing this meal, which I'm about to receive in my temple, which is your temple, in your son Yahweh Shah name. Tawali Yahweh for blessing me to make it to work, to the plantation, in your son Yahweh Shah name. 2/3 don't do that, man. I'm talking about all day, every day. Tawali Yahweh Shema Shah. Tawali Yahweh Shema Shah. Kahala wa hawa la Yahweh Bashim Shah. Bahashim Rakak Wadash. 2/3 don't do that, man. And we understand it. It's okay. It's a back in Job 33, 14. So like, phone playing with me, man. Back in Job 33 and 14. For God speaketh once, yet twice, yet man perceive it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he opened up their ears, then he opened the ears of men, and sealed up their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. What we was doing? We was walking that way. The Lord like, go stop him, catch him. That's one. He about to walk right off a cliff right now, right into destruction. Whether you was a dope, trying to make it to Hollywood, whatever you trying to do, you got all your aspirations right here in Babylon the Great. Because the average female, when you meet a chick, she gonna say, what's your 5-year plan? The kingdom of heaven, Lord willing. On got one, man. The Lord say, day by day, man. Okay, let's get that. In Proverbs 27 and 1, the so-called white man have conditioned us to put our everything into making it, being successful, going, planning your planning vacations, man. This is Proverbs 27 and 1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Period. Period, man. People boast about, man, that's weak. Yeah, me and the wife, we finna Bahamas. Yeah, Cancun. Yeah, we finna go there. Listen, man. Proverbs 27:1 reads, boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, man. All we know about is what's going on right now, man. Let me make sure the phone was charged. The last time I plugged it up, it went in. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. We don't know, man. All we know is we here right now. The Lord opened us up to this truth, and we gonna work, man. Listen, let's go back to Job, because this is heavy, man. Back in Job 36:15 again. He delivered the poor in his affliction and opened up their ears in oppression. He opened our ears in oppression, man. The Lord said it. He said in the land of our captivity, we shall remember ourselves, man. In Baruch chapter, what is that? Chapter 2, man. Lord willing, I'm going to get it. So it say verse 16, even so will he have removed thee out of the straight into the broad place when there is no, it say, well, there is no straightness. Come on, the kingdom of heaven. Oh, what is that? He said, oh, that's Psalms 81, man. Because it said the same, let me get it. It said the same thing, that's cold. Precept upon precept. This Psalms 81, it reads, and I am Yahweh, thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people will not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsel. Here's the point. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways, I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord shall have submitted themselves unto him, but their time shall have endured forever. And that's another one. Oh, man. Isaiah 48. If we had to listen to the Lord, man, we wouldn't be here. But this is how the Lord set it up for us to understand righteousness and wickedness, to be righteous rulers, man, to judge righteously. Because the scriptures say justice and judgment is the habitation of the Lord's throne, and that's in Psalms 89:14. Right here, Psalm is Isaiah 48. It reads, thus saith Yahweh thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, I am the Lord thy power, which teacheth thee the prophet, which leadeth thee by the way that thou shouldest go. Oh, that thou hadst hearkened to my commandments, then had thy peace been as a river, and thy righteousness as the waves of the sea. Thy sea also had been as the sand, and the offspring of thy bowels like the gravel thereof. His name should not have been cut off, nor destroyed from before me. See, if we just had but the Lord said it when you read in Romans 8, the Lord say the creature was not subject to vanity, not willingly, but by the reason of him who have subjected the same in hope. So back in Job, man, because we hear, man. We understand and we know judgment, man. It don't matter what kind of judgment it is. You were standing somewhere and a rock slung from a gravel truck and it hit you in the head. The same way how David killed Goliath. You standing somewhere and a dump truck go by and some rock sling off and hit you in your head and kill you. Judgment. A baby sleep in the cradle, in the crib, or a 3, 4, 5-year-old sleep in the bed. Judgment. Through the wall. Car accident. You got your seatbelt on, you still die. Judgment. Whatever happens, man, it's Yahweh by Shema Shah. And we understand it, man. That's what I would say in Sirach 41, starting at verse 3. Fear not the sentence of death, man. Because this is it's the pleasure of the Lord over all flesh, man. So when you know the judgment of the Lord, you know how the Lord moves. It don't, that's why he said, don't fear what man can do, man. Because now we understand the judgment that happened to people is from the Lord, man. Isaiah 45:7, the Lord say, he create peace and evil. He create light and darkness. The Lord do all that. Anytime somebody lose their life, the Lord say the devil did it. That's a lie. That's not in the Bible. The Lord did it, man. We understand the judgment of the Lord. whatever type of judgment it is, man. You get poisoned, right? Whatever it is, man. Your little baby die, your mama die, okay? Your son, your rib die. Hey, the Lord, man. And we understand it. In Job 36 and 16 it reads, even so would he have removed thee out of the strait into a broad place where there is no straightness. It wouldn't have been no problem. Everything would have been all righteous, but we had to learn this way. It say, and that which shall be set on thy table should be full of fatness. What's on our table? King David said it. Man, let me read it. The Lord prepares a table for us in the presence of our enemy. What's on this table? Everything, man. Everything in righteousness. What is that in Sirach when it say these things were made for man, right? Water, fire, salt, honey, oil, all these things. Well, when you go to that word table, that's the beautiful elder Aram in Birmingham. He went into that table. When you go to Answer My online and go to that word table, it means a bank, man. It's a bank. So when let me read it. This is our Psalms 23. Because on the whole select table is everything that's good, man. That's prepared for the kingdom of heaven, which is his truth. What did the Lord tell Habakkuk? He said, write upon the table. He said, write and make it plain upon the tables, man. This for the hopeful elect, man. This is Psalm 23 and verse 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. What's on this table, man? Everything for righteousness, man. King David said again in Psalm 69. Let's read this. Let their table become a snare. Talking about 2/3. Let their table become a snare. Hey, Psalm 69:22. Before them, that which shall have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. So what's supposed to be for Jake's welfare, which is your real welfare benefit? I talk about this all the time. Jake real welfare benefits is this truth, man. But Jake trusting the so-called white man for their stamps, Section 8, HUD, Habitat, housing, Social Security, disability, right? Your real welfare benefits is this truth, man. Again, Psalm 69:22. Let their table, who 2/3, become a snare before them, and that which shall have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. See, this prayer of King David is talking about the 2/3, man. This is Isaiah 28:7. Call Allah Yahweh Shema Rashad, man. It reads, Isaiah 28:7, but they also have erred through wine and through strong they out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. What is that? Proverbs 29:18. But there is no vision, the people perish. And 2/3 of our people wasn't given an eye in Revelation 3:18. Therefore, the Lord said they're going to do what? They're going to walk in blindness, man. They're going to grope as in the noonday, man. Because they don't got no vision. It say, again, they err in vision, they stumble in judgment, man. Groping. They blind, man. Verse 8, for all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean. See, going back to what it said in Job, the unclean ain't gonna come across with the hopeful elect, man. Man, these precepts. Let's read that again in Job. Job 36. What was that verse? Yeah, Job 36:13. But the hypocrites in heart heap up wrath in their mind. They cry not when he mindeth them. They die in you, and their life is among the unclean, man. So it said in Isaiah 28 that tables are what? Let's read it. Isaiah 28:8. For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean, man. They can't get it. And it said they err through wine and strong drink, right? They err through wine and strong drink. That show you it ain't talking about uh, tequila or vodka and some Merlot, man. Isaiah 29:9. Stay yourselves in wonder, cry out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For Yahweh have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered, man. They don't know what's going on. Let's go back to Job 36. Job 36:18, it reads, Job 36:16 again, but even so would he have removed thee out of the straight into the broad place, but there is no straightness. And that which should be set on thy table should be full of fatness, man. And it's this truth. It tell you in Proverbs that this truth maketh the bones fat, man. It say verse 17, but thou hast fulfilled the judgment of the wicked. This is what happened to us, man. This goes to talk about how the Lord, he gave us, he opened our ears up in oppression. This what happened to the whole elect too. It say, but thou hast fulfilled the judgment of the wicked. Judgment and justice take hold on thee. See, because it tell you in Psalm 89:14, justice and judgment is the habitation of the Lord's throne, man. Okay? So it say, and thou hast fulfilled the judgment of the wicked. Judgment and justice take hold on thee. Because there is wrath, beware lest he take thee away with his stroke. Then a great ransom cannot deliver thee, man. It say, then a great ransom cannot deliver thee. You can't, right here, it say, verse 19, will he esteem thy riches? No, not gold, nor all the forces of death, man. Because you can't buy your way. You can't buy your way in the kingdom, man. Let's read that. In Psalms 49, I think it's verse 6, it reads, it said, they that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. That's cold, man. Precept upon precept. You can't pay the Lord to get your soul what the Christianity say out of purgatory, man, which is not in the Bible. Ain't no place called hell where you burn forever. That was a lie, man. Okay? So, you can't pay the Lord. You can't pay the Lord. Huh? You can't pay the Lord, man. It tell you in Job 28 that the wisdom of the Lord is not in the earth, man. You got to come down from the spiritual realm, man. All right? John 3:47. Man, you can't pay the Lord for your life, man. Let me get this. This is Job chapter 12. And I'm going to start at verse 9. It reads, who knoweth not all these, that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? In whose hand is the soul of every living thing and the breath of all mankind? And it tell you in Job 34, if he take away, let me read it, man. In Job 34, this is Job 34:12. It reads, yeah, surely God will not do wickedly, neither will the Almighty pervert judgment. If he set his heart upon man, if he gather unto himself his spirit and his breath, all flesh shall perish together, and man shall turn again to dust, man. It said the Lord gathered his spirit and his breath out of all flesh. We'll all die at once. People, the animals, everything, man. Well, that's gonna happen with the missiles, man. And the only ones that's gonna get to escape is the hopeful elect. That's what it tells you in Isaiah 24:5. It said, everybody shall perish, shall be few men left. The few men that's gonna be left is the elect of Israel, and these bastards are gonna be in them bunkers, man. The elites, man. That's all gonna be left. The elect, which gonna get beat up into the chariots, and these elites gonna be in the bunkers, man. In the space station. It say, oh, that was the point on there. The Lord take his breath, man. His spirit. Everybody will die at once, man. Back in Job 12:9, it reads, Who knoweth not all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this, in whose hand is the soul of every living thing and the breath of all mankind? Doeth not the ear try words, and the mouth taste his meat? With the ancient is wisdom. The ancient, talking about the Hebrew Israelites, man. That word ancient goes back into the Hebrew Israelites, man, the ancient spirits, man. Okay? Yahweh was the first, man. Right? He come from the tribe of Judah, right? Hebrew, that word ancient, Hebrew go back to, hey, these ancient spirits are of the sons of God, man. Starting with Yahweh Shah. With the ancient is wisdom. That's why the only ones can get this truth is the ancient, the Hebrew Israelites, man. The sons, the princes of the power, man. It's a, with the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days, understanding, man. And then when the Lord wake you up to this truth, right? Like I tell you when I was Philippians 1 and 5, from your first day in the gospel until now, man. So it say, with the ancient is wisdom, and in the length of days, understanding. And the Lord woke you up. Hey, in the length of days, we growing, man. We growing. It say, behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot build. It says, Salakia, behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there could be no opening. What Yahweh shall say in Revelation 3? He openeth the door, and no man can shut it. He shutteth the door, and no man can open it, man. So, if two-thirds can't get it because the Lord shut them up, man. He shut them up. This is beautiful. Job 12 and 14. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot build, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there could be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, right? That's what happened to us. The valley of dry bones, we dried up, right? He withheld the waters, man. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. That's what happened, man. The valley of dry bones, we dried up, man. But what? Also, he sendeth them out, what? The waters, and they overturn the earth, man. And it's this truth. Overturn the earth. Habakkuk 2 and 14, the Lord said, the knowledge, the truth for the Lord shall cover the earth like waters cover the sea, man. The Lord held the waters. And the only way you can get this truth, the Lord has to pour it on your head. Like I tell you in Deuteronomy 32 and 2, he said his doctrine shall rain down and distill at the dew on the tender earth.
Hey,
What?
Cole,
It had to get poured on your head, man.
Bro, what time is it?
4:15.
Damn.
So the water had to get poured on you, man. Again, behold, Job 12 and 15, behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. And that's what happened, man. Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones. Also, he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. Now you got the men of the Lord standing in great boldness, overturning the earth, man. Oh, what's it? It's in the book of Acts. That's in the book of Acts. When these guys said, this one guy that was going after Paul, he said, hey, what they pushing is overturning the earth, man. That's what this truth is doing. Hey, this so-called white man is pissed off about this truth, man. It's overturning everything about these bastards, man. Again, one more time. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also, he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceive and the deceived are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh judges fools, man. Who are these judges? Us. Who are these counselors? Us. It say, he leadeth counselors away spoiled. Then we get spoiled by all nations. Yeah, man. Lamentations 2. Isaiah 33 and 1. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. Look, verse 18, he looseth the bonds of kings, and girdeth their loins with girdle, man. This is what the Lord did, man. Now he loosed us. Again, Job 12 and 18. He looseth the bonds of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle, man. Now, the minds of these people, the minds of these so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, the whole elect, our mind is girded now. Now we can't be deceived with the philosophy of the world no more. That's why I tell you in Revelation 14 that they was found without fault, man. Right? They were virgins. In their mouth was found no God. Because now their mind is being girded up, man. Let's read this again. This is heavy, man. Job 12 and 18. He loosed the bonds of kings. We was binded up, right? And girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoil and overthroweth the mighty. That's what the Lord did to us, man. Now it's going to apply to these bastards. He removed away the speech of the trusted. What's the speech the Lord moved away? The Hebrew. He took it from us, man. Right? Jeremiah 17 and 4. He removed away the speech of the trusty. Who the trusty? The Hebrew Israelites. And taketh away the understanding of the age. He poureth contempt upon princes and weakened the strength of their mighty. He discovered deep things of the darkness, because what Jake was doing, wickedness, man. Jake had his animal ready to be sacrificed when he went to go worship another god or some wickedness. He would have had his animal ready to be sacrificed when he got back, man. They will tell you when was that, Isaiah 66? They were sitting behind in the gardens eating swine, right? The Lord saw it, man. But they was trying to hide. That's called being in darkness, man. It say, he discovered deep things out of the darkness and bringeth out the light, the shadow of death. And bringeth out to light the shadow of death. I tell you that in John, right? They hate the light, right? Because they full of wickedness, man. They deeds of evil. Well, the Lord exposed them, man. What are he doing right now? Now, this applies to the so-called white man. What are he doing? Exposing how these devils get down. The elites we're talking about. Those that control all the resources. That got chemtrails in the air, GMO food, contaminated waters, right? That's passing bills for you to be one of the transformers, man. Decepticon. This alphabet community, man. Now the things is being exposed to the so-called white man, how he get down, man. It say, he discovered deep things out of the darkness and bringeth out of the light the shadows of death, and bringeth out to light shadow of death, which is the shadow of death is a miracle. He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. See, man, that's heavy. It say he increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. What did it say in Revelation 18? The height of America because of all the merchants, all the merchandise, man. Everything that's sold here, right? It say when you read Revelation 18, it says slaves, the souls of men, right? Gold, silver, marble, everything is to be sold, man. What it say? Their wickedness have increased to the heavens. This is heaven, man. Job 12 and 23. He increaseth the nations. In what? Wickedness. They follow in the ways of the so-called white man. Policies, legislation, the draconian measures, their religion, right? Their constitution laws. It say he increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations and straighteneth them again, man. So all the pride that the so-called white man got, boasting, then they're going to live forever. Their kingdom going to reign forever. The Lord raising them up just to bring them down, man. Let's prove that. In Jeremiah, man, this is heavy, man. In Jeremiah 51, in verse 7, it reads, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All these other countries, tired of the so-called white man going to their land, taking all the resources, man. That's what he do. He got over 700 military bases around the world. He set up Garrett. He go in like he going to help. Then he go in there and take all the resources from these countries, man. That's what he do. He go in and take, man. And say, Babylon is suddenly falling. Let's read this again. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, the philosophies of America, the policies, the legislations, the draconian measures. All countries have to adapt to America's way, or they gonna go in there and take everything they got, man. It say the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take bond for her pain, which applies to them doing these quantitative easing, man, constantly creating money, inflating the dollar. Well, there is no bond for this place, man. All these bank bailouts, man. It say, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto the heavens and is lifted up to the sky. So it's saying, in Job, gotta go back to this, in Job 12, everything that's going on with the so-called white man and the heathen nations, with all their power, magnifying their power, the Lord doing that just to bring them down like he did Pharaoh, man. Same thing they said about Pharaoh in Romans 9. It say, Job 12 and 23, He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations and straighteneth them again. He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth. Who are the chief of them? The Amalek, the small hats, man. Okay? Who was over there in the land of Israel? Okay, who took our land in 1948 by the Bethel Declaration, man. They the chief ones of the nations, man. It say, he take away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth and causeth them to wander in the wilderness where there is no way. Then we wander in the wilderness, but this applies to us too. We was in the wilderness for what, 40 years, man. It didn't take us no 40 years to get from Egypt to the land of Israel, Canaan. It was maybe like a week, a month's journey, man. But the Lord had us to walk around for 40 years, man, because he had to get rid of the draw. 2/3 of our people wicked. What they were saying, we want to go back to Egypt. We was in Egypt eating good. Why the Lord brought us out here in the wilderness? Wicked, slow-bellied niggas complaining, man. The Lord rained down quail in the wilderness. Then he gave us manna. Do you know what that's called today? Chicken and waffle, you slow-bellied niggas that were complaining, man. Jake had chicken and waffles in the wilderness, man. Niggas was complaining, eating quail and manna from heaven, man. Waffle, chicken and waffles, man. Jake loved that, don't it? Well, the Lord did it, man. The Lord did it, man. It said he taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth and called them to one in the wilderness, but there is no way. Everything in the scripture apply to us first, and then it's going to apply to the so-called white man, all the heathen nations, man. They're going to one in the wilderness. Now they finna be on the bottom. How so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians be on the bottom for what, 6, 7 captivities from Egypt to now, Assyrian captivity, Babylonian captivity, the Greek captivity, the Roman captivity, and America's captivity, man. The scripture talk about so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians having chains put on their neck, man. And we know who put the chains on our neck, right? The scripture said. The so-called white man did that, man. It said they grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like drunken men, which I wanted to in Isaiah 29. It said they stagger but not with wine, right? They stumble but not with strong drink. What is it? It's the philosophies that the so-called white man taught us. When you go to that word rudiment in Colossians 2:8, it tell you the rudiments of the world, his fundamentals, his foundations, his first principles, his essentials. That's the word rudiments mean. His ABCs. What do we get our education from? The so-called white man, right? They ain't teach us that we're supposed to be writing from right to left. They didn't teach us that we're supposed to be reading from right to left, right? The alphabets, when you look at the alphabets, they're Hebrew. Why is it 28 characters in the alphabets when the Hebrew is only 22 characters? Why do we read and write from left to right? When the Lord established Hebrew Israelites to write and read from right to the left. Well, who changed that? The so-called white man, right? How was it 26, what is it? 26, 28 letters in the alphabet. In the Hebrew, it's only 22. Why they pass bills for transgenders and homosexuals to run around when the Lord said they're supposed to be put to death, man? But Ronald Reagan said the Bible is the book of the land. It's the law of the land. Why are we eating GMO foods? Why is there a plum cherry? The Lord said you're not supposed to mix diverse seeds. That's in the law. So why are we eating a plum cherry? Why the bananas don't got no seeds in it? A real banana got seeds in it. There has never been a real banana in America, man. Okay? Well, who's doing it? The so-called white man doing it. Why we got chemtrails in the air that we breathe in that's destroying our lungs? We're breathing in these aluminum particles, man. Who spray chemtrails every day? The so-called white man with them jets, man. Why we bathing in contaminated waters? Because of the so-called white man. Everything goes back to him. We eat GMO food. Why they creating, Bill Gates said they creating artificial eggs. Now they taking cells from real animals, put them in a bioreactor. Now we eat the meat that's in the grocery stores ain't real, man. The chicken ain't real chicken in the grocery stores, man. Okay? The so-called white man did that, man. The scriptures talk about him being the counselor of the earth, man. The reason the pollution is in the cities is because of the so-called white man. Wasn't no horses in the ancient time. I mean, wasn't no cars that was blowing out pollution. We was on horses, man. Okay? Or we was riding on chariots, man. But the Lord has opened the whole fleck up to the truth of the so-called white man. That he's the devil. Ain't no devil on the ground with a red suit on and a pitchfork with horns, man. That's Roman Catholicism, man. Ain't no place called hell where you burn forever, man. This is our hell right here, man. The condition. Hell is a condition or it's a grave, man. It's an affliction. These bastards lied to us, man. Well, the Lord has opened the whole select up to this truth in the land of their oppression, man. Let's get this. These devils gonna pay for all this, man. This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 29, and it reads, verse 28. As thou spakest by the servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, if you would not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, well, I will scatter them. Well, we have been scattered to the four corners of the earth, man. Not Jake look like everybody, man. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Now the Lord put the spirit in Elder Albert Bivens, right? And the elder put that spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah in Elder Yaitwal and King Marshall. Okay, Elder Ariyah, man. And they put that spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah in our apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Bishops and Elders, man, and younger brothers on down, man. Again, Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember ourselves. Right? The Lord did this with Elijah, John the Baptist, reincarnated a third time, man. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am Yahweh thy power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, man. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah. The Most High name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Abba. Okay? It's Yahweh, man. And his only begotten son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus, is Yahweh Shah, not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah, man. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, man. Bahashim means in the name. So you say, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, in the name, Bahashim, of his son Yahweh Shah, man. Those are the Hebrew names, the Paleo-Hebrew, for our Heavenly Father Yahweh and his only begotten son. Stop calling on Jesus Christ. That's not the name of the son of the Father, man. His name is Yahweh Shah in the Hebrew, man. The Lord has given us remembrance in the land of our captivity. Call Allah Yahweh Shema Shah. So let me go back to this Job 12. Let's go back to this. Fire, man. Back in Job 12. And I was at verse. Oh, I read all of that. So, let's get this. In Isaiah 35, and verse 5, it reads, Isaiah 35 and 3. So, like, 1 second. Let me get that water. Isaiah 35 and 3, it reads, strengthen you the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not, behold, your power, your God will come with vengeance, even God with a recompense, he will come and save you. But first, the Lord is going to give us his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Then shall the eyes of the blind, it said, then the eyes of the blind shall be open, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped, man. right here in Babylon the Great in North America, man. Okay, South Central America. Scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, as I tell you in Isaiah 11, all the isles of the sea, the dispersed. We have remembered ourselves, man. Then shall the eyes of the blind, then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then shall the lame man leap as in heart, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert, man. This truth, man. This is the new wilderness, man. North America, Babylon the Great, man. The shadow of death, the valley of dry bones, man. It say what? It say, for in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert, and the parched ground shall become a pool. What's the parched ground? Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones, which is right here in North America, Babylon the Great. Look at these dummies finna wreck. Dumbass niggas, man. Damn heathens. Anyway, and the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water. Why I say thirsty land? Because we was looking for the truth. Before you came into the truth, you were searching. The Lord had you looking, man. We was looking high and low. The Lord like, nigga, I'm right here in the middle, Jake. Calm down. Listen, man, we were searching high and low. But we didn't know what we was looking for, man. The Lord like, angel, tap him on the head. Tap on the head. They say again, and the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water. In the habitation of dragons, in the midst of the so-called white man, the Lord gave us this truth back, man, and they can't do nothing, man. It say, in the habitation of dragons, where each lay shall be grass with reeds and rushes, man. In the midst of the so-called white man, all the brain manipulations and all the TV that tell a lie to your vision and all the white supremacy that these bastards taught us, man. The lies that these bastards taught us. It say, in the habitation of dragons, where each lay shall be grass with reeds and rushes. This truth is overflowing everything, man. The only one's gonna stay bugged out of their mind is 2/3 of Jake, man. That the Lord didn't get the ice off to. He ain't unstopped their ears, man. So white supremacy is gonna take them to the grave, man. They're gonna die, like I read in Job 36. They're gonna die without knowledge, because everybody think the so-called white man is a god, and he ain't. Say it in Ezekiel 28. It say when the Lord send these nations upon him, he said, "Would thou then say that thou art God? But you shall be a man." That's why it says, "This the man that made the earth to tremble." In Isaiah 14, he ain't no God. He a man. Okay, and the beautiful thing is the Lord say he made us just like these heathens, but we ain't mortal. We immortal, man. The Lord said he made the Hebrew Israelite man and woman to be immortal like himself, man. But he said what? We shall die like mere mortals and fall like one of the princes, one of these rulers, man. We ain't mortal, man. We just in his flesh right now, man. Again, it say, in the habitation of dragons, where each lay shall be grass with reeds and rushes. We got this truth right in the midst of these bastards, and they can't do nothing, man. That's why King David said, "Thou preparest the table for us in the presence of our enemies." That's for the hopeful elect. But 2/3 table is full of what? Vomit, filthiness, that there is no place clean, man. Verse 8, you know, and I always quote this from time to time. This little rat-faced nigga, Lil Wayne, talking about he riding up Highway to Heaven Boulevard. That's in the Bible, man. Listen, Isaiah 35:8. And an highway shall be there, and an highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those, the wayfaring men. Thou fools shall not err therein, man. It say, no lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there, man. Well, the straight gate, man. On one side is fire, on the other side it's a deep water. If you take your slow belly ass and wobble off, you're gonna die grievous death. Either you're gonna drown or you're gonna burn up, man. And the path to the kingdom of heaven is so narrow, only one man can enter there at once. What that mean? That mean to the kingdom of heaven is a single file line, man. That's how narrow the path is. What's that mean? What single file line mean? That means things are being done righteously and decency and order, man. That's what that mean, man. The path so narrow, only one man can enter there at once. That's a single file line to the kingdom of heaven, man. And you know what's beautiful? When the apostles in their camps, right? They always in their camps, and they start walking off in a line, single file line to the kingdom, man. Can't make this up, man. For the hopeful elect, man. Everything done decently and in order, man. And the ransom of Yahweh shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. Kingdom of heaven, man. Ain't gonna be no more of that. But the Lord has opened us up, man. We here. We understand what's going on. We understand why it's happening. Let me get this. In Psalms 65 and verse 4 reads, Blessed is the man whom thou choosest, and calleth to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with thy goodness of thy house. What it say in 1 Peter 2 and 5? This is a spiritual temple. A spiritual house being built. It said, we shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple. And we the Lord's holy temple, man. And what did this devil, man, listen, let's get this. Now, if I'm finna read this verse. Because what did these bastards say, man? They said, he said he gonna sit in the temple of the Lord. And 2 Thessalonians 2. The temple of the Lord is us, man. And the only way he can get in the Lord's temple, you got to take that micro seal, man. That's the only way the so-called white man can get in your temple. Okay? Psalm 65 and 5. But listen, by terrible things and righteousness wilt thou answer us. O God, out of our salvation, who art the confidence of all the ends of the earth and of them that are far off upon the sea, man. What that mean? Israelites that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Let's get this. Because in 2 Thessalonians, man, hey, the Lord said, I read in John, the Lord said, he have girded our mind. He have girded us with a girdle. He girded our loins and our mind, man. And we ain't going to be deceived by plantation Christianity anymore, man. We'll never be deceived by that. At least the Lord said what it said in Job 12, he will hold the waters and they dry up. We'll never be deceived again, man. Lord willing, man. Lord willing. Lord willing, we'll never be deceived no more, man. At this moment right now, God is truth, man. And we know why judgment plays out in the earth. I just say in Psalms 8 and 9 and 14. Justice and judgment is the habitation of the Lord's throne, man. Mercy and truth go before his face. The Lord don't do iniquity, man. When somebody lose their life, hey, that was righteous, man. Okay? Tell that in Zephaniah 3 and 5. The Lord will not do iniquity. Every morning do he bring his judgment to light, man. Right? Every morning do he bring his judgment to light. So this is 2 Thessalonians. I want to read this real quick. 2 and 4. Because these bastards think that they're going to deceive the world, man. But they already know the Lord only give them the portion of the 2/3, man. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. It says, who opposeth the man of sin and son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. I did a lesson on this about a week or two ago. The temple of the Lord is not a physical building on earth, man. So how can the so-called white man get into the Lord's temple? Because the scriptures say he's outside the temple. He's profane, right? Revelation 11 say, it say, but the courts leave out, for that's for the Gentiles. When the gates get, when in the kingdom of heaven, when the gates be open, right, except on the Sabbath day, the heathens can't come into the gates. The Father, they gonna come into the gate, drop out them goods. Deuces, keep it pushing. Hey, what old boy say? On what did it say? Was that Shotters? said same time. No, that's that movie. I love to watch this movie. Kind of like a low budget movie. These guys from Miami. What it's called? Blood Brothers, right? The one brother was a cop. One brother was a cop. The other was a dope boy. He said, man, hey, every month, same time, man. Just like on Shouters. And they had to give them that money, same time, every month, man. Okay? That's going to be the 16 heathen nations in the kingdom. Because Esau going to be done away with. Stop at the gate, drop out them tributaries, same time, same time. Hey, it may be weekly. We don't know. They might be bringing us, hey, we got to get these devils tributary weekly, right? You get paid by the week, or you get paid every 2 weeks. Guess what? That's tributaries to the so-called white man. So our tributary might be every week, man. Lord willing. Once a week, all 16 heathen nations, every last one of them. It's gonna be millions or billions of them, man. Each and every one of them it's gonna be a long line forever, man. The line ain't gonna never stop, man. Think about the line to the kingdom of heaven, right at the gates. The 16 heathen nations, lines for miles and miles, for days, man. For days, bringing tributaries, man. And the minute one leave, another one come. So, hey, it's gonna be a step on the Sabbath, man. Man, can't wait, man. So since Lord willing, every week they gotta bring, and it's gonna be billions bringing tributaries. Okay, day in and day out. Drop it off. You can't come in the gate, man. So let's get this real quick. Cause this devil, the only way he can get into our temple is if we take that micro seal, man. Cause see, the philosophy that the so-called white man taught our people over these 500 plus years, the Lord has removed that from us, man. Only 2/3 is going to stay following white supremacy, man. Okay? The Lord have removed that from us. Now, we heal, man. Now we learning what? Hebrew Israelism, as vocab alone call it, man. Okay? Now we learning us, who we are. So in Revelation, to make this point, Revelation 11, in verse 2, I just want to read the court. It say, Revelation 11:2, but the court which is without the temple, leave out and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. And the holy city should they tread underfoot 42 months. Who's in the city treading it down? So-called white man, right? Ishmael and them. The Lord said he divided it by line. He gave it to the heathen, man. So you got the Israelis and the Palestinians fighting over land that ain't theirs. When the Lord said he divided to them by line. That's in Amos 7, man. Okay, verse 17 down. He divided our land by line to these heathens, man. But he can't get into the temple. Only way now, like I was saying, learning his philosophies, right? His ways of life, rudiments in Colossians 2:8, right? We was under that, man. We was under the so-called white man's white supremacy. But then the Lord said, nope. Tap him on the head. Tap her on the head. Turn around. You about to fall off the cliff. Come back over here. Yeah. Now it's Hebrew Israelism. And we can't be deceived no more, man. Call all y'all by Shema Shah, man. We here, man. These bastards can't do nothing, man. Only way so-called white man can get into your temple, you gotta take that seal, man. Because the temple of the Lord is us, man. That me to prove it. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16 and 17. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19 and 20. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16 and 17. Go read them. The Lord's temple is us, man. Oh, Revelation 21:3. The Lord said his temple would dwell with so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. We're the Lord's temple, man. The so-called white man is a heathen. Chinese and Japanese are heathens, man. The Lord's temple is with us, man. So the only way the so-called white man can get into, they say he's serving the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. The only way he can get into the temple of the Lord, you got to take that micro seal, man. That's the only way. That's the only way, man. Let's get on Isaiah 43. Isaiah 43. Let's see. It's Isaiah 43 and 18. It reads, remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert, man. The same way the Lord opened up the rock in the wilderness, we came out of Egypt, he's doing it here, man. That rock in Egypt, that rock in the wilderness, that flint rock represented the truth now flourishing in the earth, man. Okay? That's what that means, man. And we drinking from that spiritual rock. Matter of fact, let's get this. I'm gonna come back to that, Lord willing. In Isaiah 12, let's read one. Isaiah 12 and 1 it reads, and in that day shall thou say, O Yahweh, I will praise thee, though thou wast angry with me, thy anger is turned away, and thou comfortest me. Behold, God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid, for Yahweh is my strength and my song. He also has become my salvation. Therefore, with joy shall ye drink water out of the wells of salvation, man. Right here in Babylon, a great America, man. As it's sprinkling right now, well, it's raining. As it's raining right now, raining on my head, the Lord said in Deuteronomy 32 and 2, he will rain down his doctrine as dew, man. And it shall distill among the tender herb. The tender herb is the hopeful elect, man. Yeah. So back in Isaiah 43, man, we here, man. Isaiah 43 and verse 19. Let's read 18 again. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? We've been down so long in the earth. Let's tell you in Lamentations 4, we was not known in the streets. This is a new thing the Lord doing. This lady came up the other week talking about, did what y'all saying, it, I never heard it before. We know. The Lord said he set up the apostles last. He said the truth to come out last. Well, in the last days, man. We know it sounds new to you. You're an old bottle. Okay? An old bottle can't get new wine, man. Thus saith the Lord. It say, I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. It say, the beasts of the field shall honor me. Listen to who these beasts is. The beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I give waters in the wilderness and rivers in the desert to give drink to my people, my chosen. But thou hast not called upon me, O Jacob, but thou hast been weary of me, O Israel. So who is this beast? It said, the beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I give waters in the wilderness and rivers in the desert to give drink to my people, my chosen. The Lord calls his elect people dragons and owls. Why? What did Yahweh shall say? Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. What is a serpent? A dragon. And you can represent the owl as doves, man. What does an owl do? What did it take in Ephesians 5? Walk circumspectly, right? What do owls do? Down there can spin 360. What we doing? Standing in great boldness, watching on all four sides, right? Just like the angels in Ezekiel 1, it said on four sides, there's the face of a man. It said it had the face of a bear, the face of an ox, and the face of what it said, a lion, right, which represented courage, the face of an ox, which is strength, right, and the face of an eagle, which we can fly, man. Four sides. We watching all four corners. Listen, can't make this up, man. The Lord called us dragons and owls. An owl can down there see 360, man. We are being circumspect to everything that goes on, man. This is beautiful, man. Beautiful, man. Call out how about Shema Shah. It say, verse 21, this people have I formed for myself. They shall show forth my praise. Well, right here in great boldness, in the midst of the so-called white man, let them know that his slavery time is coming. His change is coming. Our people been down and out. Hey, his change is coming. Put these chains on, boy. That the movie I'm watching. It's called The Ranger, a new movie called The Ranger. This guy had to go do it by himself. The guy that played I think this guy, what's this guy's name? If I ain't mistaken, the guy that played the first Punisher movie. But anyway, the movie called Ranger. When he caught dude, he took the cuffs and said, "Put them on." He like, "You can put them on, or I'm gonna take you in. You want to go in dead or alive?" Esau Edom, so-called white man, you bastards. You want to go in dead or alive? We're finna peel the top back. Well, the elect is gonna peel the top back on them bunkers. Gonna peel the top back on them $1 billion sub yachts. Gonna peel the top back. Put these chains on, boy. Put these chains on, boy. Let me get on. This is Jeremiah 33. I'm gonna read verse. Let's read verse 6. Hey, because we've been sick here for a long time, man. We've been so sick. Matter of fact, let me get this first. We've been sick here, man. Long time sick. This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 2. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth. For Yahweh have spoken. I have nourished and brought up children. They have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. Our sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why would ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint, man. We are sick, okay? It reads, verse 6, from the sole of the foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither modified with ointment. Okay, this is how sick we is. The Lord say there's nothing that can heal us, man. All right, let's get there. In Jeremiah 30, verse 12, we are sick, man, and that's why we need a physician. That's why we waiting on Yahweh Shai, man. Lord willing, we be here alive when Yahweh Shai return, man. Lord willing. Isaiah 30 and 12. This is lamb back from Isaiah 1. That's like Jeremiah 30 and 12, which is the precept to Isaiah 1, verse 6. For thus saith Yahweh, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. It's our bruise is incurable, man. Then it say in Lamentations 4:17, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us. Right? We have watched for a nation that cannot save us, man. Because Yahweh Shah said in Isaiah that we shall be redeemed without money, man. We shall be redeemed without money, man. Nobody can help us. Nobody can save us. That's why I say in Deuteronomy 28:68, no one shall buy you. We can't be bought with gold and silver. We have to be redeemed by the blood of Yahweh Shah, man. Okay? The Lord said we will be redeemed. Well, the elect will be redeemed without money, man. That's why I said the word buy in Deuteronomy 28:68. Nobody can buy us, man. It say we are sick, man. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, we are sick, man. It's Jeremiah 30 and 12. Thus saith Yahweh, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause. Ain't nobody stand up for us at the UN. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines. We can't heal ourselves. There's nothing we can do to get out of the situation that Yahweh Shah put us in the first place, man. These niggas talking about the word see, you said the word buy. Listen, man, we can't be redeemed with no money, man. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, we can't be redeemed with none of that, man. Definitely can't be redeemed by that micro seal, because that's death. Let's get this Jeremiah 33. We need healing, man. Well, we wait on the physician. Matthew 9 and 12. What did it say? Let me read it. Matthew chapter 9 and verse 12, it reads, but when Yahweh heard that, he said unto them, they that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. What is it in Isaiah? We are sick from the whole head to the foot, man. We are sick, man. Wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. Putrefying meaning they new. That's why I say iniquity, which is sin on top of sin, man. Putrefying meaning to be new, fresh, open. The wound can't be healed, man. We wait on Yahweh. Back in Jeremiah 33. But we are being healed, man. First through the words of the Lord, man. We're being healed now through the words of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. This is Jeremiah 33 and verse 5. It reads, behold, I will bring it, what, Lord? Health and cure. And I will cure them and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth, man. We wait on the Lord. Hold on. One more time. Jeremiah 33 and 6. Behold, I will bring it. What's that, Lord? Health and cure. And I will cure them and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return, all 12 tribes, and will build them as at the first, man. Even better. He tell you that in Ezekiel. Let's read it. And I will cleanse them from all their iniquities, whereby they have sinned against me, and I will pardon all their iniquities, whereby they have sinned, and whereby they have transgressed against me. So let's get that in Ezekiel. The Lord said he gonna build us back as at the first, man. In Ezekiel 36. Let's read this. Ezekiel 36 in verse 9. For behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown, in the land of Israel. You read this chapter. And I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, all 12 tribes, even all of it, and the cities shall be inhabited, and the waste shall be builded. And I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit. And I will settle you after your old estates. And what, Lord? And will do better unto you than at your beginnings. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. What? Yah will cause men to walk upon you, even my people Israel. They shall possess thee, and thou shalt be their inheritance, and thou shalt no more henceforth bereave them of men. Yeah, man. We're going home, Jay. We're going home, man. On chariots, man. Hey, I did a lesson. We, we went into captivity on ships. We're going to leave here on ships, Lord willing. Well, the elect, we all came here on ships. The elect going to leave here on ships, spaceships. Okay? Chariots, man. Lord willing. Hey, so, yeah. Lord was edifying. Give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rikak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, raised the scepter of the night. And the sincere salutation to all the keep pushing this truth, believing this truth at the four ends of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the alcohol who are listening and learning, and the sisters who are listening and learning. Lord was edifying. Hey, the water for tuning in, the water for your precepts, the water. Again, all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, Bahashim Rukak Kodash. Hey, stay prayed up. May Yahweh Shema Shai continue to bless you in your houses. Until next time, I say Shalom, Wa, Ba, Ba, Ba.